Coming on the show, when I spoke to a friend of mine, and I said, I've been interviewing Kwame Eugene because he'd be performing the Ghana Independence celebration.
Yeah.
And, we started talking about you, of course. And what came up was, I think, last year. There's a bit of, I don't know whether there was a miscommunication, mishaps to do with credits, writing for an artist and the credits. And what we've seen in Ghana. So not to really delve too much into the nitty-gritty, what have you done to make sure what happened in terms of songs that you've written, which you didn't get credited for, does not happen again?
Okay, so I think there's a change now with, any conversation I have with regards to writing music for someone. I send you an MOU so you get to know what you're about. Because a lot of people in Ghana, let me say in Ghana because that's where I come from, still don't understand. A lot of musicians still don't understand the fact that if someone puts the lyrics and the melody together, that person can actually own 100% of publishing. Because that's what is theirs. Yeah. Do you get it? Yeah. They don't get to have a share when you have an endorsement deal. They don't get to have a share when you're performing on stages. They don't, not in streaming and anything. Do you get to your royalties? They don't have a share. But publishing, because they put the melodies and the lyrics together, it's actually theirs. Do you get it? And that one doesn't come like your royalties and the shows that comes out from it. You take your money and you go away. So I think that's what the law of music actually does, to protect or give something small to those that put the rhythms, the melodies and the lyrics together. And people, many people in our industry don't really understand that that's how it works. So if you start this conversation with them now, they don't even want the song no more. Because they don't even want the song no more. Like, song will no come out where you won't take all of this. Do you get it? And they will still want to come back and they bring an MOU of how much percentage they want to give you on publishing. Because they still don't have an idea of, I actually own the publishing. So, and I think our label will grow with, the industry will grow with time, and it's actually growing, and some few A-list artists actually understand what's going on. That if I do a feature for you, this should be my cut, this should be my cut. If somebody added debt or something to it, this should be that person's cut. We are going into that, and I think with time, it won't be much of a difficult conversation to have with somebody who is a musician or who is a creative in the industry, because we will get to understand over time. But for now, we're still going through it. It's difficult to actually let someone know that if I do this thing, I own this thing.
No, it's interesting you talk about this, because I actually came across an interview where, that Jay-Z song, Big Pimpin'?
Yeah.
So it featured UGK, Bambi, and what's his name? Pimp C. So then he was asked about the fact that Jay-Z had 2 verses on there. UGK had 2 verses and the chorus. Yeah. And they said, the reason why Jay-Z had 2 verses and the chorus was to split publishing. Otherwise, they would have owned high percentage of the publishing than Jay-Z, who actually came up with the song. So if that's what you're doing now, and of course, then this eliminates all the back and forth that happens.
Yeah, it's because, but some of the jobs have already been done. Yeah. And it has to be a legal case for you to go back and say, I recorded this thing 5 years ago for you, but I own this thing, so I'm coming for it. They don't get it. So, like I said earlier on, we're still in talking terms with people right now as I'm speaking to you, because some people know, they understand that I'm coming back for some money I was supposed to take some time ago.
Yes.
And let me give you this example. I have a song titled YOLO on my Love and Chaos album, and I used a drum loop from MOG. I paid him for that. Wow. It's just a loop, because he sent me some song some time ago, and that loop was in the song. So I took that loop from that song and I added it to YOLO, and I had to pay him for that.
So you're doing things properly.
Yeah, because I want people to do things properly. Yeah. I think with our neighbors, when we recorded Love Wanting, I think a split sheet was sent to us even before the song came out, that you guys are supposed to send this, because what they don't get is, if both of us sit in the studio to have a lengthy conversation. We get the vibe, we write the song, we put it together. From that very day, every single person in that room that made a suggestion has something. I mean, they have a cut in whatever we're going to make. And before it's even out there, you have to seek everybody that's involved's permission. Because in a way, it's theft if you put it out there without all of our permissions. And I've had most of my friends in Ghana. I mean, they will have songs out there and they are making money from it, and they are waiting for you to say, oh, you didn't talk about the song. You record it today and you hear it on radio tomorrow, like with no one's consent. And sometimes it's a bit mind-numbing. But you get it, it becomes a big case. But that's how we can all survive.
Yeah.
And I think if it works like that, collaborations will be very easy. Because now you can't just go to the big dogs and ask for a collaboration when they know for sure you don't understand that they have to take some percentage. Do you get it? And I've seen this before. I've seen big artists, like, I don't want to mention names, but big artists do features for some upcoming artists, and they take like 80% of everything, from royalties to publishing, because after that one song, it will change your life.
Yeah.
So you need to respect the fact that, okay, he changed my life with this one feature. So giving him 80% from here, 80% from here, to put me on a level where I never imagined, is actually okay. Because from that day, you're a big artist on your own. You play shows, you still get some 20% from the streaming, and now you have the audience to release another song. Do you get it? So I think with time we'll get to understand. So all these plenty meetings that we're doing, I think if we can fuse these royalties and publishing understanding in there, it will work for all of us.